Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my live stream. I hope that everyone is doing okay, doing fine this wonderful Wednesday. Good evening, Dexter. Good evening, Dexine. Good evening, Punini. Hello, Punini. All right, so tonight we will have again a new set of topics that we will be discussing first. And then after our maths and science topic, we will go to our special game tonight, which is Guess That Anime. I hope that you are ready, not just for the games, but also to learn tonight. So we will start off by discussing ratio and proportion for maths, and then acids and bases for science. Hi, Ubuyashiki. Good evening. So we start off with ratio. So when we talked about ratio is used to share things out. When you wanted to share things, whether it's fair or whether you wanted to have a greater sharing or lesser sharing to any set of people or any set, that means that you are doing a ratio. Okay? So for example, you are given ratio of the following. What is the ratio of red counters to yellow? So you would see the whole thing, you have red and yellow. So what is the share of the red counters against the yellow counters? So if you would look at here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red. So there are 5 red is to how many yellows are there? You have 1, 2, 3. So the ratio between the red counters to yellow is 5:3. So do remember when we talked about ratio is used to share things out when we are being fair, or it is also used when one thing has a greater representation than the other. So for this case, red counter has a greater representation to yellow. So you have 5:3. Always remember as well, hi Nino Connie. Always remember as well that red counters are to be counted first before the yellow. Good evening, Maha Blanca. Welcome to our live stream. Alright, so if you are asked what is the ratio of green counters to blue? So since it says green, you count the green counters first. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 green counters is to how many blues? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means that the ratio of green counters to blue counters is 4:5. All right. Another example we have, what is the ratio of red counters to yellow? Again, you count first the red counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there are 6 red counters. So you write 6 red, and then you count how many yellows. So you have 1, 2. So that is 6:2. Okay? So ratio again is used when one thing has a greater representation than the other, or you wanted to share them equally. So red counter is 6 and yellow is 2. So the ratio is 6:2. Now, if you are asked for the following, can I have someone to answer as well? For the first one, if you know the answer, we will do one column first, the first column. So you have, what is the ratio of black counters to white? So you count the black counters. You have 1. I think I'm going to use a red pen here. Okay, so you have black counters 1 and then 2. Therefore, the ratio here is 2 black And how many red? Sorry, how many white? There's no red. How many white? You have 1. Hi, Matnolas. 2, 3, 4. So 2 is to 4. Now going back before we continue, when you are given a ratio, you can actually simplify ratio. So simplifying ratios must not have, or ratio must not have decimal points. Okay, so if there are decimal values, you have to convert it to whole number. Or if there are common factors between the two ratio, then you have to simplify them, or the two numbers. So for this case, you have 2 is to 4. Common between 2 and 4 is 2. Therefore, if you are asked to simplify your answer, the simplified form will be 1 is to 2. Alright? So when you are asked to simplify ratio, you have to find the common factor between your two numbers. The other example we have, what is the ratio of black counters? Okay, so we count the black counters. So all of this actually are the ratio between black and white. So the next one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black. Hi, Mrs. Weasley. Where's Mr. Weasley? 6 black and 2 white, right? So we have 6 blacks and 2 white counters. So 6 is to 2. If you are asked to simplify 6 is to 2, what is common between 6 and 2? Common between 6 and 2 is 2. Therefore, the simplified form for this would be 3 is to 1. For those who just came in for or joined us for our live stream tonight, we will start with ratio and then acids and bases. Then we will do our game for tonight with a surprise, with some small gifts that we will be giving off. All right. So we'll just finish the lessons and then we'll have the games later. Okay, next one, what is the ratio of white and black again? So white first. Yes. Yeah, white first. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's correct. And then, yes, Daxine, that is right. And then you have 3 black. So 4 is to 3. And of course, 4 is to 3 is the simplified form as well. Well done, Daxine. That's correct. 4 is to 3. The other one, you are asked, what is the ratio of black counters to white? So black, there are 2 blacks, and then how many whites are there? You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 is to 10. So since that is 2 is to 10, what is the simplified form of 2 is to 10? Can anyone type in the answer? What is the simplified form of 2 is to 10? So if you are asked the simplified form of 2 is to 10, then you have common is 2. So you have, well, everyone is thinking. I will leave that empty for now and I will move to the next one. So please do type your answer for the simplified form of 2 is to 10. All right. If you are asked what is the ratio of black, so black counters to white. So black counters, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 black counters and there are 1, 2, 3 whites. So 9 is to 3. Again, the same thing. I would like you to give me the simplified form of 9. Yes, that is right, Mrs. Weasley. Yes, that is right, Dino Connie. 1 is to 5. Well done. Okay, so the next one, that is correct. 1 is to 5. So the next one that you need to simplify are the 9 is to 3 ratio, and then the last one is, what is the white counter? White counter, while you are trying to type in your answer for the 9 is to 3, what is the simplified form for 9 is to 3? I will give you the the ratio for the last one, which is white first. So we count the white first. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 15 whites, and then you have 3, 1, 2, 3 black. Okay, so 15 white and you have 3 black. So for those that are up for some maths, yes, not 6:1, Mrs. Wesley. Common is 3. 9 divided by 3 is, but good try, Mrs. Wesley. You can type in the correct answer once again. Okay, so please do type in your, yes, that is right, 3:1. Okay, so again, you have a last one, 15:3. Please do type the answer. Again, for ratio and ratio can be simplified by finding the common factors of the two numbers. Okay, 2 or 3 numbers, whatever is the, yes, that is correct, 5:1. All right. Now let's proceed to proportion. So ratio is used to share things, okay? While we talked about proportion, proportion is an equation of two equal ratio. So proportion is an equation in which two values are equal. So in a proportion, the product, I will show you the means and the extremes in a while. So proportion, it can be shown as A is to B, sorry, there should be an equal sign, not a colon, not dots. So A is to B equals C is to D. That means the two ratios are equal. So again, proportion is an equation in which two values are equal. So A is to B equals C is to D. That is one way of showing proportion. The other way of showing proportion is A over B equals C over D. All right? So proportion, you have two ratios here that are equal. It can be in this form or it can be on fraction form. So A to B, C is to D, A over B, C over D. So that is proportion. So if you are asked to solve problems with proportion, the most important thing that you have to understand is how do we solve it? What is the operation for proportion? The operation for proportion is multiplication. Okay, so if you have two ratios here in a proportion, you have to identify your means and your extreme. So if it is in this form where you have the column form, the one in the middle is your means. The one on the outer part is are your extremes. So the one again in the middle or inner one is your means and the outer one is extreme. So multiply the means and multiply the extremes. So for this case, you multiply 5 and 6. Yes, 5 and 6 equals 3 times 10. Okay, so multiply the means and then multiply the extreme. Does it matter where you place 5 and 6, 3 and 10? No, it doesn't matter. You can put 3 times 10 first and then equal to 5 times 6. It wouldn't matter. Okay, so as long as the pairs are correct. Okay, so if you have the fraction form, so this would be top multiplied to your bottom and then top on your left multiplied to the bottom of your right. So basically it's cross multiplication. So you will have 6 times 5 equals 3 times 10. So 6 times 5 is 30, 3 times 10 is 30. Therefore the proportion is, or it is a proportion. Why it is a proportion? Because it is equal. Okay, remember that proportion is an equation. It is equal. The product of the means and the extremes are equal to each other. Okay, so in a proportion, the product of the means is equal to the product of the extremes. So if we are given an example, for example, we have 5 over 3, or 5:3, is equal to 60 over 36, or 60:36. You are asked to determine whether the proportion, whether it is a proportion or not. So again, cross multiply. So can you tell me if it is a proportion or not by multiplying it? So what is 5? So the first one will be 5 times 36 equals 60 times 3. Can you give me the answer? On the other side, we have 8 times 8 equals 4 times 15. Kindly type your answer. So for those who just joined us tonight, in a proportion, the product of the means should be equal to the extremes. So if you are asked to determine whether the following is a proportion or not, you have to multiply the means, which is cross multiplication of numbers, and the extremes. Okay? So what is 5 times 36? And what is 60 times 3? You can type in your answer. So 5, okay, while some of you are typing your answer, 5 times 36 will be 180, and then 60 times 3 is also 180. Therefore, this is a proportion. It's a yes, it is a proportion. Yes, that's right, Daxine, it's 180. So that means that it is a proportion. Why is it proportional? Because the numbers are equal. Correct, Mrs. Wesley? How about the other one on the right side? You have 8 times 8 equals 4 times 15. 8 times 8 equals 4 times 15. Is it a proportion or not? That's right, Punini. Well done, Punini. Punini or Punini? I hope I have pronounced your screen name correctly. 64. Yep, that's right. 64 is not equal to 60. Therefore, 8 to 15, or 8 is to 15, and 4 is to 8 is not a proportion. Okay, not proportion. Yeah. All right, it's not a proportion. All right. Well done. Let's proceed. Now, if you are asked to identify a value that is unknown in a proportion, like for example, the given, yes, it's grade 7, yes. If you are given a proportion wherein one is unknown, yes, that's right, Punini, it is not equal. So when we solve proportion, 4 over y equals 24 over 30. If you are asked what would be the proportion, by the way, when we talked about proportion, the ratio is equal. Okay, so you would know as it is being enlarged or being decreased in terms of value. So there is a certain proportion of it. So again, the way to identify whether it's a proportion or not is to multiply the means and extreme. So you cross multiply. So we have cross multiply this, the extreme. You have 4 times 30 equals, I think I'll write the y on this side so that it will be easier to look at. All right. So you have 24 times y equals 4 times 30. So if you are asked to find the value of y that will make this a proportion, so you can solve it by equating the means and extreme. So that means it has to be equal. So we have 24y on one side, and you have 4 times 30. So 4 times 30 is 120. Okay? So you have 24y equals 120. So then you divide it by 24, divide by 24 to get the value of y. So y is equal to, what is 120 divided by 24? Can anyone type in the answer? So again, if you are asked to solve proportion or the unknown value, all you have to do, first step is, yes, well done Trinini, that is correct. Y is equal to 5. That means that 4 over 5 is equal to 24 is to 30. So if you would notice as well, proportion, there is a common factor that you actually multiply to get a certain value. Okay? So well done. So that is what we meant by proportion. Okay? So any question for proportion and ratio? So while you are thinking, if you have any question with ratio and proportion, just a recap before we proceed with science. When we talked about ratio, ratio is sharing of things, whether fair or it is showing when one thing has a greater representation than the other. Like for example, 3 is to 1. So let's say for example, I have 3 and you have 2. So what is the ratio between what I have and yours? So it will be 3 is to 2. Okay? So, sorry, 3 is to 2. Why am I writing 4? 3 is to 2. So that means that ratio is a representation of what 2 or 3 or more things have. Okay? Proportion, on the other hand, is an equation in which two values are equal. So in a proportion, the product of the means is equal to the product of the extremes. So proportion can be represented by A is to B equals C is to D. So this one is your mean, the one in the middle, and the one on the outermost is extreme. That's why it's called extreme. Okay? And it can also be represented in fraction form. A over B equals C over D. And then all you need to do is cross multiply. So B times D and then A times D. Okay, B times C and A times D. Let's proceed to, if there's no question, let's proceed to science. I know everyone is so excited for our game later. But first, before we play, we study first. Okay? So let's proceed to acids and bases. So when we talked about acids and bases, these are common things that you actually see every day. And they have something that is very important as well in our daily life. Okay? So acids and bases are very important in our daily life. So what is an acid? An acid is a solution that has an excess of your hydrogen ions. Okay? So it comes from the Latin word acidus. So that means that it is very sharp or sour. If it's tasting, oh, Daxine, the Y here, yes, thank you for the question. It's like a pageant. Thank you for the question, Daxine. The Y here means that it is unknown. You do not know. You wanted to know what could be the value of Y that you can substitute to make this proportion correct or equal. So the value of Y that you can substitute to make it correct or equal is 5. Okay? So any letters in an equation can have any value. However, if it is an equation, it has either one or two values that makes it correct. So when you solve, you look for that value. So we solve it, we found out that the y is actually a 5 to make this proportion correct. I hope I answered your question, Dexine. Okay, so going back to acids, going back to acids and bases. So acid is coming from the Latin word acidus, which means sharp or sour. And the more hydrogen ions that you have, the more acidic the solution is. So what are the properties of acid? So first is it tastes sour, okay? And it can actually conduct electricity. It conducts electricity. Why does acid conduct electricity? Because of its hydrogen ions present, okay? It is corrosive. All right, it's corrosive, which means that they break down certain substances. So many acids can corrode fabric. It can even corrode our skin. Okay, so if your skin comes in contact with acid, you will have burned skin, right? And even paper, if you accidentally drop an acid on your paper, it will corrode or it will change in color. So some acids react strongly with metal. So it reacts strongly with metal and it will turn your litmus paper into red. So if you test an acid using an acid indicator or a base indicator, it will turn it into red. Litmus paper. We call that paper where you can determine whether it's an acid or a base, litmus paper. Okay, so those are the properties. Those are the properties of an acid. So one, if it's tastes sour. It can conduct electricity because of the hydrogen ions present. It's corrosive in our skin and in any other substances. And some acids are also very reactive with metals, and it turns your litmus paper to red. Okay, the next one is, what are the uses of your acid? First one is your vinegar. That's one of the uses of your acid. It is used for cooking, acetic acid. The other one will be your citric acid, which is found in your lemons, limes, and your oranges. So it is also found in your candies. So citric acid is very important as well. All right. And the next one where you can actually find your acid is your ascorbic acid, your vitamin C, which your body needs to function, and it helps in our immune system. So ascorbic acid, that is also an acid. The next one is your sulfuric acid. This is used in the production of fertilizer, steel, paints, and plastics. And of course, the last one will be your car batteries. So these are just a few of the uses of your acids. The next one is your base. So when we talked about base, so what is a base? A base is a solution with excess OH minus. So that's a base. If an acid is H plus, your base is OH minus. Okay, another word for base is your alkali. So base is also an alkali, and the base is also substances that can actually accept your hydrogen ions. So we have what we call the reaction neutralization, where an acid and a base react. So that means that base can actually accept OH minus. Sorry, base can accept H plus. Okay, not OH minus. Base are OH minus, so it can accept your hydrogen ions or your H plus. So I will be releasing acids and bases as a different video as well, and I will also include the what is when and how will your base accept hydrogen ions, okay, or your H plus. So where can we be the different uses of your base? So base give soaps, your ammonia, and many other cleaning products. So some of their useful properties as well. So actually your base are very useful. So you have your ammonia, you have your soap, and other cleaning products are made up of base. So the OH minus actually strongly interact. The acid in your stomach, Mrs. Wesley, is what we call hydrochloric acid. Okay, hydrochloric acid, HCl. Alright. The OH minus actually interacts strongly with certain substances such as your dirt and grease. Yeah, that's why it's common in cleaning materials, because these are the ones that interact strongly with your dirt and your grease. The chalk and oven cleaners are examples of familiar products that contain bases. Your blood is a basic solution as well. So there is a what we call, I do not know if I have included it here. Okay, the properties of your base, if you would notice, soap, they are slippery. It feels slippery. And if you're able to taste base, it's bitter in taste. Unlike acid that is sour, base is bitter. It's also corrosive. It can conduct as well electricity because of the OH minus. Okay, so you have as well, you just think, why does it conduct electricity? Think of your alkaline batteries. Those are base example batteries. Okay, they do not react with metals, but they turn your litmus paper to blue. So those are your properties of your base. So if your acid is common with your food, your vinegar, your acid is common with your cleaning materials and your soap. Alright, so this is what we call the pH scale. pH means P, power of, H is power of your hydrogen ions. So pH is a measure of how acidic or how basic a solution is. So the pH scale is from 0 to 14. Okay, acidic substances has pH value below 0, below 7 or below, yeah, why am I talking nonsense? Below 7, not below 0, okay? The pH scale is 0 to 14. If the acid, if it's an acid solution, it will be below 7. And if it is a basic solution, then it's above 7. 7 is neutral. Alright, so if a solution is with a pH of 7, that means it's neutral. If a solution has a pH of 4, that means it's acidic. Okay, if it's 4, then it's acidic. If a solution has a pH of 11 or a pH of 10, pH of 10, then it will be basic. Alright, so any pH value below 7 is acidic, and any pH value above 7 is basic. However, 7 is neutral. Alright, so those are our properties and uses of our acids and base. I hope that you were able to learn how to do ratio and proportion for maths, and as well as acids and bases for science. And I know that you are very excited to play our game tonight. So our gift will be the first one, or the highest ranking in the game will get a 10 pesos load from Teacher Maria. Alright, so if there are no questions, I hope that I have answered your question, Mrs. Wesley. The acid in our stomach is hydrochloric acid. Okay, so if we are ready for the game, if there's no more question, then let's proceed with our game for tonight. So for those who just joined and wanted to be part of the game, so we will be playing Kahoot tonight. So please type in in your screen www.kahoot.it, and for you to join, you use the game pin 3310328. So please do join. Yay! I'll be waiting for you to join, and yeah, before I start the game. I hope that you are able to join. For those who just came in, we are going to play Name That Anime by using Kahoot. So if you wanted to join the game, yay! We have Quick Shark and we have Caring Crane. Yeah, there will be a bit of a delay with this because the Daring Finch, wow. I will wait for another 3 minutes before we start the game. Unless we do not have any other. Yes. Prairie Quail. What lovely names. We will wait for next 2 minutes before we start the game. Hi Baymax. To join the game, you type www.kahoot.it and then enter the game pin 3310328. Alright, that's in. Quick Shark. Daring Finch. Okay. I'm waiting for a few more. I have 3 players. We will start in 2 minutes. We will start the game in 2 minutes. Now I have only 2. We will start in 2 minutes. So how to join the game? The first thing that you have to do is Radiant Gazelle, welcome. The first thing that you have to do is type in your web browser www.kahoot.it. If you are using an app, all you need to do is enter the game pin 3310328. 1 more minute, then I will start the game. Alright. I hope that, okay. 1 more minute and we will start the game. Okay, I have 7, 6. Now I have 6. I have 7 players. Alright. Now I will press start and we will start the game. Okay? Let's start the game. Anime. Guess that anime. Okay, which anime is this? You have 20 seconds to answer. Which anime? Wow! Well done! Yes, that was in Toradora. Well done! Okay, next one. So we have on the lead is Daring Finch. You can do more. We have 20 questions to go. What anime is this? This is a very popular anime and I'm sure you can answer that quickly. You have 20 seconds to answer. Wow! Everyone knows Naruto Shippuden. And on the lead is still Daring Finch. Come on, Radiant Gazelle and the rest, you can do it. Okay, guess this anime. Wow, so fast. I think everyone is watching anime every single day. Well done. Yes, that was ReZero. ReZero. Wow, Daring Finch is on fire. 3 streaks. Well done, Daring Finch. Next one. You have 30 seconds to answer. Guess that anime. Which anime is this? We will wait for the rest to answer. Yes, that's Mirai Nikki or the Future Fairy. Well done. Let's see if it's still Daring Finch. Whoa, someone is on fire. Daring Finch has a streak of 4 correct answers in a row. Alright, let's proceed. Someone is on fire. Guess that anime once again. What anime is this? Someone is on fire answering the question. That is right. It is the Your Name. I have featured this in my anime video. Your Name is one of my favorites as well. It's a beautiful anime. Okay, let's see who's on the lead. Yes, it is still Daring Finch. Caring Crane has a streak with 5 correct in a row. Well done, Caring Crane. Let's proceed. Alright, guess that anime. We are on the 6th question. From which anime is this? I hope that you were able... Wow, that was so fast. It didn't reach the 20 seconds that I have set the question. That is correct. That anime was Darling in the Franxx. Let's see who is still on the lead. Still, it is Daring Finch on the lead. However, Caring Crane is also on fire, having the highest answer streak of 6. Well done, Caring Crane, but you need to click faster so that you will be able to reach Daring Finch. Okay, let's proceed. Yes, guess this anime. Which anime is this? Someone has been... Wow, that was so fast. That is correct. It was from Tokyo Ghoul. And still on the lead is Daring Finch. I wonder who Daring Finch is. Alright, let's proceed. And this time, Prairie Quail is on fire by answering 7 streak. Well done, Prairie quail, prairie quail. Next question. 8 of our 20. Please name this anime. I have seen this. Yes. Wow. Probably everyone is watching Dragon Ball Z before, right? This is one of the most popular anime series that has been in a Filipino noontime. I think it's a noontime or afternoon. Wow! Radiant Gazelle! Well done! You are on top. Next one. Yeah, I could remember the noontime or the afternoon where you have Dragon Ball Z. This is the favorite anime so far, by far, today in Netflix. Attack on Titan. Yes. It's a very nice anime as well. And it was on the top in Netflix for anime. Well done. Let's proceed. Radiant Gazelle is on the lead. 10 of 20 questions. Which anime is this? I should have looked for... Wow. Well done, SAO. Yes, SAO. That is SAO. That's correct. Yes, Radiant Gazelle is still on the lead. Let's proceed. Which anime, or name the anime character? What is the name of this anime character? Wow. I think, okay, yes, that is correct. It is Ray. It is Ray. That's right. Let's see who's on top. Radiant Gazelle is still on top. Well done, Radiant Gazelle. 12 of our 20 questions. Name this anime character, and no one could not answer this because this is one of those long-time favorite anime character. Yes, that is Vegeta or Vegeta. Good evening, Teacher Britannia. That is right. Correct. And Radiant Gazelle is still on top. Come on. We can do better than this. Name this anime character. Yeah, that's correct, Teacher Britannia. Phil. Phil, that is right. Phil. Correct. Let's see who's on top. Still Radiant Gazelle is on top. Well done. Well done. Let's proceed to the next question. 14 of 20. Woo. Name this anime character. I have not even asked. You answered already. You know. Well done. Yes, it's you know. You know who is this. Hi, Bharat. Good evening. You know, that's correct. Let's see who is on top. And on top is still Radiant Gazelle on the lead. However, Creative Glider, well done for answering 6 on the row. Well done, well done. Let's proceed to our 15th question. What anime is this? You won't miss this. I have featured this in one of my... Yes, that is right. One Piece. Yes, well done, Teacher Britannia. That's correct. It was, you know. One Piece, that's correct. One Piece is the longest, I guess. That's the longest anime ever. Okay, many episodes. That's correct. Let's see who is on the lead. On the scoreboard, we have Radiant Gazelle still on the lead, while carrying Echidna. Well done, you are on fire, making a comeback with 3 in a row. Well done, well done. One Piece, yes, One Piece. Well done, let's proceed. What anime is this? That is right. Yes, I feel you, the blue one who answered. I thought when I first saw this photo, I thought it was actually the Sailor Moon. I'm also an avid fan of Sailor Moon, but actually it was the Dragon Maid. Yeah, they look the same, like how they dress up. They look the same. It's Dragon Maid. Yes, and leading is Radiant Gazelle. Woo! 5 players hit 4 streak on a row. Well done, well done. Now let's proceed to the next 17th. We're almost done with our anime game. You wouldn't miss this. This is a beautiful anime as well. Yes, that was correct. Dragon Maid, Britannia. Yes, that is right. Noragami Arigato. Well done. Yes. Noragami Arigato. Let's see who is on the lead. Radiant Gazelle is still on the lead. Wow. We're almost done. We are on the 18th question. This is also a nice anime. I have started this anime but have never finished it. Yes, the Assassination Classroom. That is correct. Well done. Yes, it is Assassination. Wow, someone is watching. Someone is watching anime. Yes, that's correct. Assassination Classroom. Let's see who is still on the lead. On the lead is still Radiant Gazelle. And then we have Karen Crane and Creative Glider. And Creative Glider, well done for getting a streak with 10 correct answers in a row. Well done. That is right. Okay, let's proceed to the 19th question. What anime is this? This is a fantastic, wow, 2 seconds, record-breaking answer in Kahoot. They only take 2 seconds to answer Bleach. That's right, that's Bleach. That's correct, that's correct. Let's see who's still on the top. Well done, Radiant Gazelle, you are still on the top. I wonder who this Radiant Gazelle is. It's a Bleach. And we have the last and final question. What anime is this? Long time favorite. Wow, it just took them a second to answer this. Pokemon, that is correct. Thank you, Teacher Britannia. Pokemon, that is right. Pokemon is also a very popular anime show or anime series. And yay, let's reveal who is the highest. And then the anime podium. We have on 3rd place Creative Glider, on 2nd place is Karen Crane, and on 1st place we have tan-da-da-dan, Radiant Gazelle. Well done, well done. I wanted to know who Radiant Gazelle is, so please reveal yourself. Please do type your name, not your name. Not your name, sorry, not your name. Your number, phone number. Yay, Radiant Gazelle. Well done, Radiant Gazelle. Please do type your number. Who is Radiant Gazelle? Reveal yourself. Please do type and get your reward. The first one on top will get a 10 pesos load, Philippines load, brought to you by, I'm not I'm not advertising it, but Gcash. I'm using Gcash. I'm using Gcash to send out load. So please do type your number. Radiant Gazelle, whoever you are, please type your number on the screen. Thank you everyone for joining, and it was so nice. I know you want more, Mrs. Wisley. We will have more of this next time. Give me a second. Yes, yes, Maha Blanca, well done. Well done. So, for winning the first place, you will get... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Let me just... Oh, what is happening here? Yes, I will. I'll give. Yes, I will. Second. Yes, Nino Connie. Well done. I do not know where. Okay, something is not right with Okay, something is not right with Gcash. It won't allow me to send. Sorry, let me do it again. All right. Nino Connie, yes, I will send you as well, and the third place too. But I think something is wrong with Gcash. I didn't know why, but I couldn't send a load. But we will try. We will try. Yay! I hope you receive, Nino Connie. Yes. I have sent. Yes, that's right. Thank you. I hope you have received it, Nino Connie. Something is wrong with Gcash. It won't allow me to load the other one. Okay, anyway. Yes, thank you very much, everyone. Nino Connie and who is the other one? Maha Blanca. I'll take note of your number. I will try once again. It wouldn't pass. Welcome. It wouldn't go through. Yeah, I'll take a photo of your number and then I'll send it in a while. Thank you very much. As well as with Nino Connie. I'll send it to you in a few minutes. I'll just end my live stream. Thank you everyone for being with me tonight. I hope to see you next week. By the way, next week we will have our live stream on Tuesday, not on a Wednesday, okay? It will be on a Tuesday, not on a Wednesday, for some personal reason that I have to attend to. Yes, Maha Blanca, I will send it in a while. And also to Nino Connie, I will send it too. Yes, Mrs. Weasley, I'll send it in a while. Also the second place. Please do type your number. Yes, Mrs. Weasley. Please type your answer. Thank you everyone for being with me tonight. Thank you for joining the game. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Next week our live stream will be Tuesday, not on a Wednesday. Thank you. Yes, Mrs. Weasley, you will get a prize as well. And as always, as Teacher Maria would say, please do live your life to the fullest. Learn something new every day and love one another as how our God loves us. God bless everyone and see you next week. We will do it on a Tuesday so that we will have more time, because unfortunately on Wednesday I have something to do at 8. So that's why our live stream is always cut short on a Wednesday. So I'll be moving it on a Tuesday next week so that we will have 2 hours. Yay! Maximum 2 hours on a Tuesday next week. So I'll see you. Yes, Mrs. Weasley, I got your number. Nino Connie, I got your number, and as well as Maha Blanca. So I will send it to you in a while. Thank you everyone. Have a blessed week. Bye. God bless everyone. Thank you so much. I hope that you have learned something tonight. Other than having fun, we also learned something new through ratio and proportion and acids and bases. Goodbye everyone.